Week 1 of the NFL just wrapped up, and what a weekend. Football is officially back. As you can see above me right here, 10-5. Did pretty good this week. Hopefully, I can keep that up. Lions and Chiefs first game. I mean, it was a great game. I think you could definitely tell the Chiefs were missing Travis Kelsey, especially with Tony not doing too hot. I think he'll have great games to come. I think they will. He's gonna be great. You just gotta He's got to be on. I mean, probably one of his all-time worst games at receiver. Just wasn't good. Falcons Panthers. Algier carrying the load on rushing. Bijan getting some 2 receiving touchdowns, which is great. Showing me why he is a top 8 fantasy pick. Kind of had doubts just because he was a rookie, but both our running backs did good. Desmond Ritter got to work on throwing though. I mean, his first pass, -6 yards to himself. What are we doing? Like, come on. Browns beating the Bengals. Joe Burrow having a terrible game. Terrible game. I mean, he got benched in the fourth quarter. Just abysmal. Jags beating the Colts. Anthony Richardson had a pretty good game for his first start in the NFL. Calvin Ridley's back. Week 1, already 100 yards and a touchdown. 600 some days since he caught one. He's back and he's got one. Bucks upsetting the Vikings. They just got to figure it out. I mean, Jefferson 150 yards, 9 receptions. Kirk throwing for 344 and still losing to a Baker Mayfield ran offense. It's a little weird. Saints barely edging out the Titans. Derrick Henry splitting the load. I think he got less carries than their backup running back. And Olave had a great game too. Niners Steelers. McCaffrey sleepers in fantasy showed up week 1. I mean, 22 carries, 152 yards, and a touchdown. Yikes. And Brandon Ayuk having a great game himself. 8 receptions, 129 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I mean, people who got him late, thriving right now. Cardinals Commanders got this one right, but I mean, no one really expected a good game out of this, I think. Sam Howell throwing for just over 200 yards. Not a very good game, to say the least. Ravens beating the Texans. C.J. Stroud had a decent game in the air. No touchdowns, though. You got to be able to score. Just coming up short. Packers, Bears. Jordan Love throwing for 244 yards and 3 touchdowns. Hopefully he can keep that up. I know Packers fans are very excited for this kid. He's been waiting a few years behind A-Rod. But we're going to have to see if he can keep it up against other teams. Raiders, Broncos, again a weird game. Sean Payton going for onside kick on the opening drive. And you don't score first. Ballsy, but you got to score. That's the only thing about that. Eagles got a little bit to figure out. Definitely did not think this game would be this close at all. Mac Jones having a great game. 316 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and interception. He's kind of going back to, him. I mean, I think he can be a great quarterback. He's just got to play like it. I mean, he hasn't played it last year at all. He didn't play like it. This should have been the game of the week right here. Dolphins, Chargers. Tua throwing for 466 yards, 3 touchdowns and interception. Tyreek Hill, 11 catches, 215 yards and 2 touchdowns. Just an insane game from him. And then Eckler, 16 carries, 117 yards and a touchdown. Dude, I mean, this was a shootout to the very end, 2-point game. I think this Chargers team can be good if they can stay healthy. If they can stay healthy, they're going to be great. Seahawks just not looking good at all. I mean, I think Stafford still got a little in him. He's still got a little in him. 334 yards. Atwell having 119 receiving yards is crazy. And I mean, we all saw this game. There's nothing really to say. Dallas defense, best defense in the NFL. I'd say it's either them or the Niners, but I mean, that defense is putting in work. I think adding Stephon Gilmore for basically nothing and getting Brandon Cooks is They're going to be really good this year. Their defense. Dak only threw for 143 yards. I mean, he didn't really need to, but. And then Monday, my game of the week. Jets did end up winning in overtime on a punt return touchdown. Hopefully, Aaron Rodgers can get healed up. Hate to see that, man. I mean, your first 4 plays and you get hurt. Just that hurts. That hurts big time. Let's go and look at my fantasy matchup for the week. Here's my fantasy matchup this week. I mean, we had a lot of players that didn't do too hot. Jalen Hurts in particular really needed him to do good, quarterback. But I mean, they just struggled. They struggled. Hopefully, Chubb did about what he usually does: 100 yards, 4 receptions, 21 receiving yards. Swift had a terrible. Oh my gosh! I thought for sure he was gonna be wide receiver 1, which Gainwell is looking like he's going to be. Justin Jefferson, Calvin Ridley really carrying the load, 24 points each. Just had great games, both of them. Hawkinson, great PPR game. 8 receptions, 35 yards. Drake London, 1 target. 90% of the snaps and 1 target. I mean, you're throwing to Mac Hollins more than him and Kyle Pitts. But the defense really held up for the Falcons there. Mike Williams got hurt. He still caught a few passes though. 850. I mean, wide receiver 2/3 in that offense. So Jake Elliott looking good. 17 points from him. Dolphins defense should not have started them at all. Should have got a different defense. And yeah, those are my starters. No one on my bench really did that great. Received red all around. But we are looking to make some acquisitions. I kind of stay away from week 1 acquisitions, but I think some of these picks will be good for a few weeks, maybe even the whole season. Especially this Algier one. Should have got him. I mean, the dude's a beast. He had 1,000 all-purpose yards his rookie year. What? 32% rostered in all leagues. It's a little weird, but we're gonna try and pick him up. Hayden Hurst, Dalton Schultz is he's old. He's on offense that it isn't really kicking, so we're gonna try and get him. Puka Nuka, definitely butchering that like crazy. Had a great game. I mean, there's 3 more weeks where Cup's out. He's gonna be in this offense a lot. 878, and I think if he can keep it up, he's gonna be in the offense all season. So, and the next one's Gainwell. He didn't practice today or Monday because of ribs. They do play on Thursday night, which is kind of that's a quick jump back for that. Waiting to see the reports for him, but I think those are going to be pretty good, solid pickups for the weeks to come and all season. So thank you guys so much for watching. 10-5, start off the season. Fantasy's got a little work, but I feel like it's only week 1. Week 1's usually bad for me. Hopefully our players can kick it into gear. Have a great season. I'll see y'all later.